Hello interwebs, and thanks for tuning into TradeChat. My name is Panzer, and today I'm going to be doing a Q&A, and since I haven't done one in so long, this is like an extra super long Q&A. I think the footage that I have is out to close to 40 minutes, so this will probably be broken up into two videos. So this is part one that you're watching right here. If you want to do it on like a letter scale, this is A, I guess. Unless you want to be creative and start with the end of the alphabet, in which case this is Z. Part Z. I'm just kidding, obviously. If you want to send me a question for a future Q&A, you can email me at asktradechat@gmail.com. So let's get right into it. The first set of questions come from Joe, and the first question that he asked was, where did you first hear about World of Warcraft, and when did you first start getting into it? I get asked this question a lot, so I don't mind re-answering it, because I feel like a lot of people probably wonder that. And to be totally honest, the person that I'm with now played World of Warcraft, and we fought about it a lot, and he straight up was just like, try it. If you don't like it, I'll stop playing it. And obviously, I liked it, so if you can't beat him, join him, I guess. The second question was, are you going to play a Pandaren? And my answer to that is, fuck yeah, I'm going to play a Pandaren. I'm going to play the shit out of a Pandaren. It's so funny, because I was so against pandas. I was like, oh my god, I will quit World of Warcraft if pandas are in the game as playable characters. And you know what? I just put my big panda foot in my big panda mouth, because I am pumped to play a panda. I actually just re-rolled, this is my shaman in this video, and she's a troll in this video, but I re-rolled her goblin. And being totally honest, when Mists of Pandaria comes out, can shamans be pandas? If shamans can be pandas, she's going to be a panda, and it's going to be awesome. I'm going to be a panda shaman of elemental shamanism. Yeah. And then his third question is, are you looking forward to Mists of Pandaria? I am looking so forward to Mists of Pandaria for so many reasons. The pet battles are super exciting. The focus on world PvP is super exciting. The end boss thing is very exciting for me, because I feel like every time an expansion comes out, everybody is just waiting for the raid where you kill whoever it is. Like, you're waiting for the raid to kill Illidan, you're waiting for the raid to kill Lich King, you're waiting for the raid to kill Deathwing. Not in Mists of Pandaria. You're just waiting to beat the shit out of the other faction, and I love that idea. They're adding a bunch of really cool minigame style battlegrounds, which I'm very, very excited about. I'm super pumped. I played a little bit of the Pandarens at BlizzCon on a monk. I love leveling new characters, so I'm positive that I will level a monk. I still have characters in WoW that I don't have 85 yet, so I have no intentions of quitting WoW anytime soon. And I think a lot of people that left WoW in this last year and a half will hopefully give Mists of Pandaria a try, because I really think that Mists of Pandaria will be solving a lot of the problems that people have right now. With Cataclysm, I really feel like Blizzard tried too hard to cater to hardcore people. And I know there's a lot of people who are like, no, Cataclysm's too easy, blah, blah, blah. And we're not talking about Raid Finder here, guys, because statistically speaking, not very many people have downed many heroic raids at all. Like, during their, peak prime, like right now is the, Deathwing raid, Dragon Soul. Very few people have downed that on heroic. A lot of people haven't even downed it on normal. Like, that's a hard raid. Granted, looking for raid is easy, but looking for raid is supposed to be easy. That is the casual raiding environment. So I think that with the introduction of looking for group, and with the going back to kind of, I don't want to say giving away gear, but making gear much more obtainable, because let me tell you, at the beginning of Cataclysm, that they lost so many people just because of how frustratingly hard it was to gear your character at the beginning of Cataclysm. Like, it was terrible. And I'm going to be honest, like, my shaman, who I recently started playing again, wasn't good enough geared to get into the new heroics, so I had to do the original heroics. And they are harder than the new ones. And, that's a problem to me. Like, you shouldn't go into a heroic and be struggling. You just shouldn't. It's stupid. Heroic should be easy. Raid should be hard. So I think that was a lot of the mistake they made in Cataclysm. And with Mists of Pandaria, I really feel like they've done, I mean, I haven't even seen it yet, and I already feel like with the addition of pet battles and the addition of minigame style BGs, I really feel like they're giving, and like with looking for raid being introduced, they're really giving the casual people something to do that will separate them from the hardcore players that will be doing the endgame raiding. A lot of people are looking at it as like, oh, they're adding all these newbie features, but like in my eyes, if you're a hardcore player, they just gave all these noobs something to do to keep them out of your raids. So I think Missa Pandaria is going to be a huge crowd pleaser. I think it's going to bring a lot of new players. I hope that it will bring back a lot of old players, and it's going to be fun. So thank you, Joe, for asking those 3 questions. The next question that I was asked comes from Keith, and he said, I was watching your other channel, and I was wondering what the make and model of your car is. The channel he's talking about is Random Panzer. That's my vlog channel, and I do a lot of vlogs when I'm like out and about. I actually drive a 2004 Honda Civic Si. It is standard. I know, shocking, a girl who can drive standard. All right, laugh, get it out of your system. So I love my car, though. It's like a mini van. It looks like a little spaceship. I don't know. I really like it. I got it. It's actually almost paid off now. Freaking finally. Words of wisdom. Never buy a car when you're 19 and don't have a cosigner, because your payments will be outrageous. Moving on. The next question that I got came from Sean, and he asked, do you play Modern Warfare 3 or any first-person shooters at all? And I'll put an annotation on the screen if you want to open it in a new tab and watch it later. I actually did do a video with Cheeb, us playing Modern Warfare 3. Now, mind you, when you watch this, yes, I am terrible. I normally play first-person shooters on console, and I'm pretty decent on console, but PC is a totally different planet, which I was not anticipating when I bought Modern Warfare 3 for PC. So it's definitely more for entertainment purposes than pro tips. But as far as like any first-person shooter, the first game that I was really like big hardcore into was actually Halo 3 Online. I still play that game. I know that Halo Reach is out. I'm lumping ODST and 3 together since they share an online, but the Halo 3 Online was awesome. I liked it way better than Halo Reach. I don't really like the perks in Halo Reach, but that's just my personal opinion, which really doesn't matter. Moving on. Michael asked, do you have any tips on how to get back into WoW? If you are restarting WoW, I honestly would make a new character. Even if you decide to play your max level characters after you've gotten back into the feel of World of Warcraft, a lot of the starting zones have changed. I mean, I don't know how long it's been since the last time you played, but the starting quests in World of Warcraft are hella fun. Like, I literally have so many low-level characters just because I really enjoy the starting areas, the new Barons, the new Ajara. I mean, there's oh my god, if you make an undead and you do the quest on that side of the continent, there's the Brill area is great. The low-level quests are so much fun, and I think that you would find yourself to be really immersed into the World of Warcraft if you started a new character, because a lot has changed as far as how you play each character. I mean, again, I don't know how long it's been since you played, but you might be a little overwhelmed if you go back onto your max level character and you see that like your rotation has totally changed, and maybe your gear like priority has changed, and maybe you don't have good enough gear to get into what you want to be doing. I think you'd have more fun off the bat if you started a new character before you got into the more stressful aspects of the game. Ambassador Spell Crazy, I feel like I've heard that name before, asked, how long does it usually take to make your amazing Minecraft maps, and what are some of your favorite creations? I think the map that you're probably talking about is my video game theme park, which if you haven't seen, I'll post the link to the playlist. I don't know if I can do that in an annotation, so if there's not an annotation, it'll be in the box below. I'm currently, I would say, probably about 120 to 125 hours into my video game theme park, and I would not call it even close to done. I have so many plans for that still that haven't even been touched yet. So I guess I don't know. I mean, a lot of my projects I have a short attention span. So a lot of my projects get abandoned before I actually finish them. So I guess I don't have like an average time. The castle that I put up online took about 15 hours to build, but I accidentally deleted that server, which was really upsetting. The roller coaster, the first roller coaster that I put up, that took probably about the same, probably like 12, 15 hours to build. But my video game theme park I've really put a lot of work into. So yeah, that's probably my favorite. The next question comes from Paul, and he said, do you enjoy reading? If so, what's your favorite book? And he asked another question. I'll ask that one in a second. As far as if I enjoy reading, I actually do like reading. But I find that I haven't read a book in a really long time. Like, I read articles online every single day. And I read on planes. I have a Kindle, but I like to read at night, and I don't have a light for it, and Kindles aren't backlit, so I need to get a light for it. But as far as, like, my favorite books, I really liked, like, the Wicked books and the Confessions of an Ugly Stepsister. Those were good. Obviously the Harry Potter series. I just started reading the Legend of the Seeker series. The first one is called, like, The Wizard's First Rule. That's the next book I plan to read. And then the next question he said was, if you were a man for one day, what would you do? I would pee on everything. The idea of aiming to pee is just, like, hilarious to me. I think I literally, like, I would pee on buildings. I would pee on a tree. I would pee on everything. I would R. Kelly the world. I don't even give a fuck. The next question comes from Bambi, and it says, do you ever get annoyed at the endlessly pervy comments? And honestly, no. I am very anti-internet censorship and pro. The point of the internet is that you are anonymous, and there's no one there to judge you for what you're saying or how you feel, or if you want to just troll someone or, like, whatever. Like, that is your prerogative, and, like, that is the beauty of the internet, is that it is uncensored. So you have to expect trolly comments. You have to expect pervy comments. You have to expect people to be mean sometimes too. But in the same sense, I get so many comments that are like, you're so inspirational, and I love you, and I love the information that you give. I love your vlogs, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And it's like, I really just try to focus on those ones over the, like, generic, like, uncreative boobs, blah, 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 because, like, those people would never say that to me in real life, because I'd probably, like, smack them. So, yeah, it doesn't really annoy me, because I'm very, very anti-internet censorship, and I think that they have every right to say those things that they're saying, whatever. Once in a while I get mad, and you'll see, like, on my comments, I'll, like, snap back at them with something witty and creative, or what I like to believe is witty and creative and is really not. The next question comes from Zola, and it says, what's your favorite pony and why? I love My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. You can judge me all you want, but that show is amazingly well animated and written, and even though it's made for children, there's a lot of adult themes to it, and I don't mean, like, adult themes like dirty, inappropriate. I mean, like, life lessons that, like, a lot of times you don't learn until you're an adult. So, like, I really appreciate the show. At the core of the show, judge me all you want, my favorite pony is Fluttershy. My favorite pony's attitude is Fluttershy, but aesthetically Rainbow Dash obviously is far superior. Okay, moving on. The next question comes from Nathan, and it says, what is your advice on helping new channels? I get this question a lot, and I never really know how to answer it. I would just say, like, consistency is very important. You can't, like, put up a video, like, every day for, like, 3 days, and then not put up a video for a month, and then when you come back, totally change your whole theme. You need to kind of pick something and stick with it. People need to be able to familiarize with you and your videos and your style, and your everything kind of has to be formatted in one way or another. I definitely think consistency is very important. Making friends is important too, and I'm not talking about messaging a YouTuber and being like, oh my god, shout me out because I love you, because, like, honestly, if you want a YouTuber to shout you out, that is not the way to do it. Like, nobody, like, anybody who has 50,000 plus subscribers gets, like, 50 of those messages a day that are just generic, like, hey, I have a YouTube and I don't have any subscribers, will you shout me out? And, like, it's unfair to the other 49 people who sent that same message to shout you out over the other person. Developing a sort of, like, friendship on, like, Twitter, Facebook, whatever social networking they use, like, having other friends on YouTube is very important. And I like I said, I do not just mean, like, someone to shout you out that doesn't really watch your content, but really, like, forming solid kind of, like, mutually beneficial relationships. So I guess is that good advice? Probably not. It's probably not good advice. I'm sorry. I'm trying. The next question comes from Dominique, and it says, just curious if you're thinking about playing Star Wars The Old Republic. Nope, still not thinking about playing Star Wars The Old Republic. I know a lot of people play that game, and I know a lot of people actually left WoW to play that game, and that really doesn't change my opinion on it at all. I love World of Warcraft. I'm loyal to World of Warcraft. I've spent 4 years of my life playing World of Warcraft. I'm not going to jump ship for the new I'm not going to jump ship for the new fad MMO. And I think that a lot of people that left WoW for Star Wars The Old Republic will be back when Mists of Pandaria comes out. Because the same exact thing happened with Warhammer. The same exact thing happened with Rift. And it's going to happen with Star Wars too. Like, I don't know. I've already read a lot of reviews that say the endgame isn't that great. I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I'm not like a giant Star Wars fan. I really like Star Trek. If this is Star Trek, it would be a different story altogether. I'd be like, fuck yeah, I want to be a Vulcan rogue. But like, I'm just, it just, I don't know. It seems kind of gimmicky to me. I really think the only like MMORPG that I would leave World of Warcraft for. See, I don't think there's one. I don't think there is one that I would be like, okay, wow, I'm done with you because I'm playing this game now instead. Like, I don't see that happening. Unless maybe it was like World of Warcraft 2 or like some other Blizzard created MMORPG. So, but the only thing that I know about that's unannounced, unreleased from Blizzard is Project Titan, which is going to be a first-person shooter MMO thing, which is going to be awesome, and not an RPG. So yeah, I don't know. I definitely not going to play Star Wars. I can't think of any type of game that would honestly like take me away from WoW permanently. So that wasn't a great answer. I'm sorry. The next question comes from Wesley, and he actually asked me like 4 questions, but I want to answer them all. The first question is, does WoW have unicorns? And I actually thought about this for a while, and though WoW doesn't have like unicorns, they do have zebra, and zebra have horns. So I'm pretty sure that would qualify them as a unicorn, right? Because Pegasus have wings and unicorns have a horn, a unihorn. So I would say the answer to that is yes, if you consider a zebra unicorn or a unicorn. The second question is, what size are your gauges? My ears are currently a 2. They were 7/16 for a while, but now they are a 2. I lost the question. There it is. Do you play games while blaring music? If so, what kind? I'm actually not like the only time I blare music is when I'm in my car. I don't listen to loud music at my house usually because I have neighbors and like I hate it when they're loud, so it would be kind of hypocritical and rude if I was loud. I usually I have dual monitors, so I watch like TV a lot when I'm playing WoW, or I'll watch like YouTube videos while I'm playing WoW, or sometimes I'll listen to music. I actually have a music playlist. If you want to hear what I listen to, I either listen to Pandora, which is like a custom radio station, or I have it linked in the info below, the music playlist I listen to on YouTube while I play video games. And the last question is, and did you or did you not sell propane and propane accessories? I did. For like 2 years I sold propane, and it was the worst job of all time. I didn't really sell propane. I kind of sold propane. I was in charge of the accounts for a propane cooperative buying group. Doesn't that sound so fun and interesting? Spoiler, it's not. It's just a lot of angry people and a lot of stress. And I generally am not like a patient person, so I didn't do a great job being like a customer service person. They'd call and be all like, "Nyeh," and I'd just be like, really? Calm down. Knock it off. Act like a civil human being. The next question comes from Kyle, and it says, what is your favorite holiday event in WoW and why? My favorite holiday event is probably the Children's Week, because you can get like 3 pets or 4 pets per character every year. So I would say Children's Week is probably my favorite. My favorite title comes from the Valentine's Day event though, which is the Love Fool. I'm gonna get that on 1 or 2 more characters this year. Okay, the next question is, what is your favorite game genre for single player games? I actually often play WoW like a single player game. Like when I'm leveling, I don't do a lot of dungeons. I usually just like quest and grind out quests because I think it's really fun. But that probably doesn't count because it's not like a real single player game. So I guess my favorite genre for actual single player games is probably like puzzle games. Like I really love Portal 1 and Portal 2. And honestly, I like a lot of like Like, I love Bejeweled. I don't even care. Judge me all you want. I love that game. And I like tower defense games like Plants vs. Zombies. I don't know. I enjoy... Well, I guess Halo's multiplayer, though, too. So, yeah, I would say puzzle games. I, like, have these internal debates over these questions. Like, they're super, super important. Like, I think I put more thought and effort into this than a lot of politicians do in debates. The next question comes from Justin, and it says, what do you think of the rumors of a WoW movie with director Sam Raimi? I actually enjoyed the Spider-Man movies. I know a lot of people didn't, but I loved the Spider-Man movies, so I think Sam Raimi would be a great director for the World of Warcraft movie. I would love to know what exactly that would be about, I guess, because there's so much lore in World of Warcraft. I mean, there's, like 15 books of lore about World of Warcraft? Like, I guess my question would be, like, what would the movie even be about? Like, whose story would be, like, World of Warcraft the movie? Because, like, Arthas and Jaina and, like, their story is so important, and, like, Thrall is so important, and, like, there's just so much stuff that has gone on. Like, I just don't understand how, like, now when you're talking about the game being out for 7 years, like, making a movie at this point, like, if they were to make it about, like, vanilla WoW, there are legitimate new players who would have no clue what was going on whatsoever, because you're talking about bosses that are long gone. I guess they'd have to stick with someone who's always around, like Onyxia. Onyxia never really dies. She's just always lingering in the shadows, ready to get killed by a raid of people. I don't know. I guess that's my confusion, is, like, what it would actually be about. Like, would it be about, like, the invasion and the scourge and, like, is that I guess I don't know what it would be about. I'm interested to know. And Michelle Morrow should play Lady Sylvanas. That's just my 2 cents. I love her. I actually just noticed on my piece of paper that I only have, like, a few questions left, so I'm probably gonna, like, speed up. Well, by now you've already noticed that this footage is sped up. But I know at the beginning I said this was gonna be, like, 2 videos, and I'm thinking now it's probably only gonna be 1, but we shall see. Moving on. The next question comes from Mookie's, and that's a cute name. I like it. It says, how do you deal with fans or trolls who message you in game? And that's why I stopped giving my characters' names away. And when I do videos, I do them on a lot of different characters, so that, like, you're probably not going to catch me online. I used to give out my name and server, and it was really shitty. Like, there was an entire guild on my server who, like, dedicated themselves to being total fucking jackasses. And you know who you are, because I'm sure that, like, some of you are watching this. It was really shitty, like, having a lot of people know my name, because if you don't answer people when they whisper you, they'll say, like, why are you ignoring your fans? You're stuck up, blah, blah, blah. But then if you do answer them, they want to have, like, a 45-minute long conversation with you, and it's like you're there to play a game. So I stopped giving away my character name specifically so that people wouldn't really whisper me. And, you know, a lot of people were really great. A lot of people would log on and be like, hi, I love your vids, just wanted to say hi. I'd say hi back, and that would be the end of it. But, like, too many times it ended with the fans getting upset at me, or, like, me getting upset at people not being nice. So I just avoid that situation altogether now. And the last, wait, no, I lied. There's 2 people left. The next question comes from Eric, and it says, what is your favorite PS3 game of all time? How about Xbox game? I'm going to do PC game too, just because I want to. My favorite PS3 game of all time is Little Big Planet and Little Big Planet 2. I know that's 2 games, but they are literally amazing. And if you own a PS3 and haven't played Little Big Planet 2, you're missing out. Like, Little Big Planet 1 was good, but Little Big Planet 2 is, oh my god, that game is phenomenal. Like, I love that game. It's so good. It's so good. It's so fun. I love it. And then my favorite Xbox game is by far Halo 3. Halo 3/ODST was amazing and took up, I think, on my first gamer tag, because my first gamer tag got permabanned. I think that gamer tag had something like 6,000 online games of Halo played before it got permabanned, and that was in, like, 2000 and, like, early 8. So I've had, like, 4 years more to play it, so I've dedicated many hours of my life to Halo. Obviously, my favorite PC game is World of Warcraft. Like, you guys needed to be told that. I know. Shocking. She likes WoW. And then I actually got 5 questions from someone named Patty, but they were all pretty good, so I wanted to answer them. The first question is, what is your favorite movie? My favorite movie, I think I answered this in another Q&A, but that's okay. It's definitely in between The Illusionist and The Prestige. I really love movies that are set in that time era, and I love like magic and like, but not like sorcery magic. It was like sleight of hand magic. Very, very good movies. Both of them had very good stories and great twists. It's not often that I don't figure out what's going on before the movie's over, and with both of those movies I didn't. So if you haven't seen either of those movies, excellent. Second question was Android or iPhone. I have never had an Android, but to be honest, I've never heard anybody who had it for a length of time who was still happy with it after a couple months. I've had my iPhone since September, and I can easily say that it's the most amazing device I've ever owned in my life. Like, device, not like phone. It is amazing. It's like a baby computer. It's like a mini little baby computer that does whatever you want whenever you want. Today I went grocery shopping and I was buying vitamins, and I looked up the difference between 2 vitamins in like 2 seconds on my iPhone, and it was amazing. So I would definitely say iPhone all day long. But I'm not like an Apple fangirl at all. I do not have a Mac computer. I do not have an iPod. The only iDevice I own is my iPhone, and I do not regret it. I love it. Number 3 is, will you vote Ron Paul in the 2012 presidential elections? Yes, I will. I think Ron Paul is brilliant, and I think he's a visionary. And I think a lot of people that dislike him don't understand what he stands for. He's a constitutionalist. Everything he believes in is standing by what our forefathers wanted for this country. And I think that too many politicians have their own personal agendas and do not have the people's liberties as their first priority, and Ron Paul does. So I don't know if you're interested in that kind of stuff. I post a lot of political stuff on my like TradeChat Facebook, link in the info below, just like everything else. The last question, no, 2 more. The 4th question is, have you ever had a lucid dream? And I don't know what that is. I have had this weird thing that happens to me sometimes where like I'll be like asleep and then I kind of wake up, but I'm not like awake yet, but I can't like move or talk or make any noise, but like I'm consciously awake, and it's really scary. But I don't think that has anything to do with lucid dreaming. I should probably look that up. So that was it was pretty long. I think we're at 28 minutes right now, so it was only a little bit shorter than I initially anticipated. So I hope you enjoyed this Q&A, and if there's any questions that you would like me to answer that I did not answer here, you can again email me at asktradechat@gmail.com. And I'm going to go now, but I love you all, and you're in my hearts, and I'll see you soon. Have a great day, guys. Bye!